it's me, Maria. I really miss you, but we're going to really keep in contact. So let's get going, and here we go. Okay, so let's start with eye contact. Every week I start the class with eye contact. I look at each and every one of you in the eyes and say good morning or good afternoon. It's really important that we communicate with each other, and it's really important that you keep practicing this. So go to members of your family, go to your pets, go to whoever, and look them in the eyes and speak to them. Okay, so the first game that we're going to play today is I Spy with my little eye. Okay, so this is a game where you're going to be using your eyes. Like we did the eye contact before, now you're going to be using your eyes to look around the room and see if you can find an object that somebody else has chosen beginning with a certain letter. It sounds a bit confusing, so I'm going to show you how it's done. Okay, so I spy with my little eye something beginning with D. D, da, da, da. Now what can it be? Let's look around the room. Could it be the picture? Does picture begin with D? Picture. No, picture doesn't begin with D. What else could it be? Could it be the calendar? Calendar. Does calendar begin with D? No, calendar also doesn't begin with a D. What about the microwave? Microwave. Does that begin with a D? No, that also doesn't begin with a D. What about my hand? Hand. Does that begin with a D? Da, da, da. No, hand also doesn't begin with a D. Wait a minute! It's over there. So, now that you know the rules, try and play this with your family at home. It's lots of fun. Okay guys, on to the next activity. This time we're going to be doing some physical activity. First we're going to start by stretching up as high as we can. Touch the ceiling if you can. Come on everybody, have a go. Up, up, up. And then you're going to lean forward and relax down. Let your body go. Hang like a piece of spaghetti. And again, up we go. Touch the ceiling as high as you can. Good job. And again, hang yourself forward. Let everything go. Good job. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to raise our shoulders. We're going to breathe in through our nose and raise our shoulders to our ears. When we're doing that, we're going to imagine as if we're breathing in lots of light and positive energy. Then when we breathe out through our mouth and let our shoulders go, we're going to imagine as if we're letting go of all our fears, all our frustrations, and all the difficult things in our lives. So let's have a go. Let's breathe in through our nose and breathe out through your mouth. And again, let's do it. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Doesn't that feel good? One last time. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to shake one hand. Really shake it. Go on, guys. And then the other hand. Good job. And now two hands together. Really give them a good shake. Shake them up and shake them down. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to close those fingers and then we're going to open them. And we're going to close them. We're going to pretend that we've got stones in our hands, okay, pebbles. We're going to put our hands behind our shoulders and we're going to pretend as if we're throwing those stones into the water. Ready? And throw those stones into the water. Fantastic. And again. And throw those stones into the water. And one last time, throw those stones into the water. Fantastic. Okay, arms out to the sides. Chests up. Okay, this makes you feel really positive. I want to hear you saying, I feel great. Can you do that? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. I feel great. Don't you feel much better? I do. Hi guys. So today we're going to be making baking soda dough. We're going to be making sea art with it. But before we do that, let me tell you what you'll need to do this activity. All these things you can find in and around the house. So once I've told you, pause the video and go off and get it. So here goes. The first thing you'll need is the parchment paper. Next, something that measures 1 cup of ingredients. You'll need cornstarch and baking soda. You'll also need a bowl and a saucepan. So these are all the things that we'll be using to make the dough itself. But once we've made it and we've baked it in the oven, we'll then be decorating our sea art that we'll be making with the dough. So for the decorating part of it, you will need some paint of your choice, any colour, whatever you wish, and some paintbrushes. So let's get going. So to start with, let's take our cup and our baking soda. What we're going to do is we're going to measure 2 cups of baking soda, and we're going to pour the baking soda into the saucepan. Now that's quite a lot of baking soda. Don't worry, it looks a lot, but that's what we need. Next, we take the cornstarch, and we need 1 cup of cornstarch. So, let's open it up. Here's the cornstarch. And I'm going to measure out 1 cup of cornstarch. It can get a little bit messy, but that's fine. It's good to be messy sometimes. And the next ingredient we're going to add is 1 cup of water. So I've got my water here. I'm going to pour it into the cup. And from there, I'm going to pour it into the saucepan. Now, I think we can add just a little bit more. It says, the ingredient says 1 1/4 cups. So it's just approximate. So I'm just going to add a little bit more and pour it in. Those are all the ingredients we're going to use. Let's see what the next step is. Okay, so the next stage is we need to turn on the stove. You may have electricity, you may have gas. I have gas. So this I need to be very careful with. I suggest you ask somebody to help you because you don't want to hurt yourself. I've put it onto a medium heat, and then I'm going to put the saucepan on top of it. I'm taking a wooden spoon and I'm going to stir the ingredients together. Now it's quite thick and gooey, but it's important that we really mix in all of these ingredients together. It should turn to be the consistency of mashed potato in the end, okay? Okay, it's not an easy thing to do, but if you find it difficult, ask somebody to help you. You're going to turn off the stove and move the saucepan to the side. Careful not to touch the saucepan, it's still very, very hot. Now let's leave that to one side for a moment and move on to the next stage. Okay, so now you will have taken your saucepan off the heat, and once it's cooled down, you'll move it over to a different surface. You'll take here a baking dish and you will put your parchment paper on the top, okay? Then, this is cooled down now, you're going to take this out with your hands and you'll see it's like a funny dough and it's very nice texture. What happens is it gets hard when you move it, but if you just hold it in your hand, you'll see how it dissolves and becomes all soft. But then as soon as you start moving it again, whoop, there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a shape with this, and once we've done that, we're going to move it and put it onto the baking sheet, and then we are going to bake it in the oven. So to do this, you can either make the shape yourself with your hands, or you can use cutters that you may have in the house. You can use Play-Doh cutters also if you have them. All right, so let me have a go.
"11 minutes later."
Okay, so you'll see here on the baking paper, we've put some little dough circles. We've made sure that they're not too close together because we're going to be putting them in the oven to bake, to go hard, okay? So let's put them in the oven and see what happens. So I'm going to turn the oven on to 175. Start. And then I'm going to take my dough, cornstarch dough, and I'm going to put it in the oven. And I'm going to leave it in there for 45 minutes. Let's put it in and see what happens. Okay, we're back after 45 minutes. So I'm going to take the dough out of the oven. Please wear your gloves so that you don't get burnt. The baking tray will be very, very hot and you can burn yourselves and you can get really hurt. So be very careful. Here we go, I'm taking it out. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over here onto a mat. Okay, so now they're out of the oven, we're going to leave it to cool for 10 minutes. Okay, so I've taken my little stone, my little ornament off the baking tray and I put it onto a paper plate because now I'm going to start painting. Now the theme that I want to paint these in is sea creatures, but you can choose anything you want to. So let's get painting. Okay, we're done. We painted some of these little pebbles. We painted beautiful sea creatures on them. We have a nice starfish, a turtle, an octopus, lovely sunset, a whale, lots of different things. You could do whatever you want and I'm sure you can do much better than we did. But it's lots of fun. Just give it a go. Just one thing, they may look like cookies, but believe me, they're not. So please don't try and eat them. They're not edible, they're not for eating, they're for decoration only. Okay, I hope you enjoy. So now we come to fun fact of the day. And today, I'm going to tell you something about dolphins. Did you know that dolphins sleep with one eye open? My dog's crying, just a second. Bonnie, what do you want? So, okay, what I wanted to tell you was that dolphins sleep with one eye open. Do you sleep with one eye open? Maybe you can ask somebody in your house to have a look and see. Some people sleep with their eyes open, both their eyes open, but most people sleep with their eyes closed. Are you like a dolphin and sleep with only one eye open? It's been so wonderful to be getting all your messages, or your films, or your emails. Keep them coming. I want to hear from you. I miss you. I want to know what's going on. So please keep them coming in to me. See you next time.